Hello everyone, we're back again with another unboxing slash review. Today we've got Saber of Red, or Mordred, spoilers on her name. I'm assuming everyone knows her by now, because she's kinda infamous, the Knight of Treachery, murderer of King Arthur, of course, our favorite Artoria Pendragon, not Altria. I've been playing Fate Grand Order too much and seen that terrible localization name far too often. I just got through Camelot. I'm rushing through Babylonia. I'm about halfway through that now. Gotta catch up for Gouda Gouda 3 so I can get the welfare servant of that. But also, Camera apparently received a performance update. I don't know what that means. I'm hoping that's going to fix some of the focusing issues we've been having recently. Also, if you've been reading like the descriptions in the video, I've been mentioning that there have been weird glitches at the end of the video, like there'll be an extra frame of something random. I think I figured out how that works. So what I've been doing is I kind of record this all in one session. So when I'm changing poses, I'll just hit pause and then I will move on to the next pose and then I'll hit play again to start recording. So it all ends up in one file. But instead of hitting stop at the end, I've been hitting pause. And so I think that records an extra frame of wherever the camera is at that time, which is what we've been getting. So hopefully that'll be fixed from now on. But let us crack Mordred open, see what she has to offer. It's cool that she's in her like armor and stuff, but it would have been nice if we got to see a pose with like her usual clothing. I believe that's her third ascension, that uniform that she wears, or outfit rather. Okay, there's a lot of pieces to you. How do we... Oh, never mind. That slides out. And the legs also just slide out. Cool. Okay, and these things are kind of on hinges so they can flap about. What are her legs like? Her legs are... Okay, they're on ball joints. Good, good. That's what I like to see. Do love me a good ball joint. What else moves here? Okay, so these can move like so. Does this move? Kinda. It's like rubbery, I guess. And I think these two also can move up and down according to the instructions at least. Very cool. And we'll get her head back on. There we go. And that is Mordred. Look at that cheeky smile. And then she's kind of got like similar braiding as Artoria, which is cool. But she's kind of got more of a like chaotic hairstyle. She is technically good according to her like alignment. I just got Surfer Mordred recently. I figured like, hey, she's kind of rare. I might as well roll for her. And then I ended up getting her, so I'm pretty happy. So... that's also why we're unboxing Mordred today, because I want some more Mordred attention. Alright, let's pull these open. We'll do the big helmet last. Okay. Here we have a blushing face, because she is a bit of a Cinderella. She tries to act tough and all of that, like she hates her father, but all she wants is some love and affection. Okay. Then we have the helmet. Man, the helmet looks cool as heck. So if she's wearing her helmet, you cannot find out what her identity is. That's kind of like the lore behind the helmet. What moves here? Does this move? It looks like it can move because it's like on a joint, maybe? I'm not going to risk it. I'll read the instructions first. Does her helmet come off? It does. Look, another face. There's a shouting face. Neat. Hold on. Can we pull this out as well? I'm gonna say yes. Oh yeah, that comes out like so, and then we'll put you back in there, and then it looks like that. That kind of looks weird. Not gonna lie, I don't remember her ever looking like this at all, but hey, that's an option. I'm glad they added it in. Question mark? Okay, let's put this back in. It's just kind of got like a little peg it sits on. And I guess this would be a buffer for keep it not too far from the face, or at least keep the faceplate away from that so it doesn't scratch up the faceplate maybe? I don't know. But very cool, very detailed. Looks exactly how you'd expect Mordred's helmet. Would have been cool if it just kind of, you know, slid back and then this thing kind of dropped down as well and these kind of turned like it does in the anime. That would be so cool, but I feel like that's asking a bit too much. Okay. Back here, we have tape. Okay, we've got a couple extra arms and hands in there, as well as a bent leg, and then the usual base and arm piece that we've come to love and expect from all good small things. Alright, then we have an arms crossed pose. Cool, very cool. Let's put that over there. And then we have her sword. Clarent. I think it's just called Clarent, and her noble phantasm is called Clarent Blood Arthur. I am so sick of hearing Clarent the Blood Arthur. Oop, there it goes. From Camelot, because she, oh my god, she spams it every turn in one of her boss fights, and it drove me insane. She was so hard to beat. And then this is when it activates, the sides kind of pop out a bit, and then power shoots up from the sword, and it changes color as well. She just goes, death to everyone on my party. Use your Saint's Quartz to revive. I think I used 2 because it was that much of a pain, and I don't have the kind of servants that are needed to take Mordred down. But anyway, that's going to do it for that. Let's get into some poses. Alright, here's our first pose for Mordred. It's just her blushing face. She's got her arms crossed because she's sort of tsundere. I don't know, she doesn't give off tsundere vibes. She's just kind of Sun and Space Dare, if that makes any sense. Like, she's not the type to, like, super like you, but she... Did I really just say like? But she's kind of sweet and does have, like, a good nature. It's just chaotic good. And she does have a tendency to kill her dad just a little bit, but desperately wants his affection. Her affection. You know what I mean. But it is a very nice pose. These side things kind of get a little annoying because they move so easily. And me being a perfectionist, I've got to have it, like, perfectly straight. I'll probably only, like, get it right once I'm posing her for real. But other than that, she's a very, very cool pose that she's got going on here. Very cute. But this ain't the Mordred we know and love. So let's move on. I mean, it might be the Mordred you know and love, but all I remember is Clarent Blood Arthur. Anyway, let's move on to the next pose. Alright, here we have our next pose for Mordred. So, essentially this one would be if she had the base on, which I'm too lazy to set up until the final pose, but essentially she'd be standing on the base with the sword, kind of like so. I wonder if we can actually get her to stand. I probably could if I put in a bit more effort, but essentially her hand just kind of goes on top of the sword. Let me bring this a bit closer. So yeah, just kind of, it has a little groove. You put the sword in, and then she kind of just stands there looking cool and stuff, like a knight. But honestly, the real focus is more so the helmet and that look. If you want, you could remove the helmet thing. Of course, we do move the shoulder pads off, which are kind of like these tiny little things here, which were on the figure earlier. That's not going to focus like I wanted to. There we go. So these little things, you just pull them off. It's nothing too crazy, since that is technically what a helmet turns into. When it turns off, these things kind of shrink down through magic or something, or the sorts. But yeah, it's a very cool pose, especially if you like her completely armored, which is, she's got a very iconic look with her armor on, as well as it's got that significant meaning of her mother gifting it to her to make sure no one ever figured out her identity, so she could, you know, infiltrate the Knights of the Round and eventually kill King Arthur. But all she wanted was his approval and to become king. But yeah, that's that for this pose. Let us get on to Clarent Blood Arthur.
これこそは 我が父を滅ぼし邪剣クラレント・ブラッドアーサー
Alright, here is our last pose after me trying to take forever to just get the angles right. It's really easy to pose, it's just me being a perfectionist. I kind of wanted to have it at a slight angle, so she's kind of looking towards the left, sort of like in the game, but also I wanted it to kind of look forward, but I couldn't get it just right, so I played around with it a little bit, and it kind of got her somewhere in the middle. That kind of looks like she's moving in a forward-ish direction, but she's also kind of going off to the side. That way it shows off her sword, activating its noble phantasm, as well as like the main body, as well as most of her head. Because if I had her sideways, it kind of looks like that, which, yeah, it does look cool, but kinda isn't fantastic because of how I've got all the other figures facing, because they're all tending to face forward. I might have like a fake Grand Order line of figures, that way they can all face in one direction. That would also then justify Mash's Noble Phantasm. That way you could see Mash and not just the like giant circle thing, if you've watched that video. But yeah, that's gonna do it. This pose is really cool. I did notice though, while playing around the torsos, there are actually two. So there are two different ones, but only one of them has this thing at the back here. Let's see if we can get the zoom. So that thing at the back there is only on one torso. Also, in terms of durability, like, she's very, very stable and well built. So this is what the torso pieces look like. Let's see if we can... Come on, focus on this. It's hard to do with two hands. I need a third. Okay, let's gently put Mordred down and not mess up my perfect pose. Okay, so here's the torso. It's kind of got like 3 pegs in it, so you're not really going to be able to move that out too much. It's like super stable and super sturdy. As for breakable parts, there are like a couple of small bits here and there, particularly like those little things around her neck there now. As well as when those things are on, her head can't go all the way down, so I'm going to take off a point for that. Other than that, posability is fairly easy. It can be a little bit of a pain with these things though, because they move so much, and I don't know, I think things just don't fit together as well as the pictures say, so I'm going to take off another point for that. But other than those 2 points, that's pretty much it. Mordred is a pretty great figure. She looks great, she poses fairly well, so overall 8 out of 10. That's pretty good in my book. So I'd say pick her up if you haven't already, especially if you're a Fate or Mordred fan. This is definitely one to have. Hopefully we'll get a Surfer Mordred, so I can put that up somewhere, so I at least have one of the Mordreds I have in the game. That'd be really cool. But that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. And let me know in the comments down below what you want to see next, if you've seen any of the videos. But tomorrow we will have the Nendoroid Petites as usual as our like interlude video. And then after that it'll be a special premium box Senjo Gahara. So look forward to that on Wednesday. And then again we'll have Nendoroid Petites. And then capping off the week we will have Gilgamesh. Because I've been playing through Babylonia. I should have opened the older Gilgamesh first because I knew him, but oh well, we're doing it backwards. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you all in the next one. Alright, bye!